Yeah, we're basically driving through hot water right now.
Yeah, this might have been a mistake. In Southeast Oregon is a hidden hot spring that can only be driven to in the winter under very special conditions, and I was going to try and make it there. There's a lot to see in the area, so to get an early start, I'd camped out the night before and woke up to a beautiful sunrise over the grassy Owyhee Mountains. For this trip, my friend Will is leading the way, and we're going to be heading out into a beautiful landscape with the rolling hills, cliffs, and canyons of Southeast Oregon. And we're going to be taking some rough roads, so I have already aired down, and we're ready to go and heading that way.
The route to this hot spring takes us through two of the most beautiful areas of southeast, or even the eastern half of Oregon. And the first of those is Sucker Creek, which is just, it's so pretty.
Tucked away in the remote high desert, Sucker Creek quietly flows along a deep, rocky canyon, which is one of Oregon's lesser-known gems.
Oh man, it just gets better.
It's a truly beautiful drive as you pass through the deep shadows cast by the sheer rhyolite cliffs which stand tall over the trail.
I tell you what, Sucker Creek never disappoints. It's absolutely beautiful, and I've been through before. Last time I came through was actually in the winter again, and it had been snowing and it's all misty. Really, really beautiful. But this time the sun's out, and it's just like, I mean, it's just as cool, but it's completely different. So really enjoyable drive. Now we're continuing through the hills. We've still got cliffs and rocks all around us, and we're about to turn right to go across the hills and down to probably, I don't know if it's the most beautiful place or the second most beautiful place. It's hard to pick between the two. But we're heading to Leslie Gulch, which is another very, very cool canyon.
That tree is just so out of place out here.
I know, it makes you wonder how they survive.
We have just dropped down into the gulch, and around this corner is where it starts getting good.
Like Sucker Creek, Leslie Gulch owes its existence to Oregon's explosive past. About 15 million years ago, volcanoes tore open the earth, releasing oceans of ash and molten rock that spread across the landscape in quantities that would put Mount St. Helens to shame. Rain, snowmelt, and wind began their quiet work over the years, carving into the rock, removing the soft layers, and leaving behind the towers, spires, and canyon you see today. The drive through Leslie Gulch is spectacular. At the end of the gulch, the canyon opens up to the Owyhee Reservoir.
We just made it down to the waterfront here where we're going to turn off and start heading towards the hot springs. And when we stopped, I noticed that I have a nail sticking out of my tire here. And I was initially tempted to just leave it because I'm not losing air. But I don't know if it has gone all the way through. That's one of those things like Schrodinger's nail. You know, if it's not all the way through, then I want to take it out because there's another like just an inch or so sticking out, and if I hit a rock that might force it all the way through, but by pulling it out I might just release the plug and let all the air out. So I'm gonna pull it out. I don't want to risk the tires. You know, if it's all the way through, then it's all the way through and the tire's trashed already. If it's not, then I might save the tire. All right, here goes. I'm gonna save the tire or have to do a tire change. That feels like it's a long nail, which means I'm probably gonna have to do a tire change once this is out. Oh no, that's good. That was in a significant distance. Yeah, look at that. It was in a significant distance, but I got thick sidewalls on this, and I think the angle it was at, like it was in like a very shallow angle. I didn't puncture it. All right, so success. I honestly thought it was probably like 50-50, and I wasn't looking forward to changing a tire, so I'm happy it hadn't gone all the way through, and I'm happy I took it out. Made the right call this time around. And now we're gonna keep heading that way. Well, that way and then that way. So the reason that you can only get to this reservoir in the winter is because this road actually runs along through the reservoir, and you can only follow it when the water is low enough to expose the road. In the spring and the summer, the water is definitely too high. Unfortunately, it looks like the water is kind of high right now. Looks like we might be out of luck.
Yeah, Rob, I'm not seeing much road left here.
Might be able to hike. It looks like there might be a little hiking trail up there. I don't know, it's a very steep edge.
I later read that to drive to Echo Hot Springs requires the reservoir level to be around 30% of its capacity. It does sometimes get that low in the winter, but unfortunately not this winter.
Unfortunately, without a helicopter or a boat, neither of which we brought with us, I guess we're just unprepared, we're not going to make it out to those hot springs, but instead we're heading to Three Forks, which is a little easier to get to, and you can get to all year round.
The Three Forks Hot Spring is a particularly well-known spring that's about 60 miles to the south of Leslie Gulch. To get to the hot springs, we had to drop down into the Three Forks Canyon, which is named after the three converging forks of the Owyhee River. This area is very popular due to its hiking, fishing, hot springs, and great camping. In the summer months, you can expect it to be busy, but it's pretty empty in the winter.
Oh, that's really pretty where that river comes through those cliffs over there.
At the southern end of the road, we were passing dozens of springs with hot water pouring out from the rocks on both sides of the canyon.
See the hot springs over there to your right?
That's super cool. I wish you could drive over there still.
Yeah, we're basically driving through hot water right now. You can see the steam coming off the water.
So this is a beautiful spot that we've come to. We're right on the river here, but this spot has, I mean, there's the rocks on either side of the river. You can see them off behind me. There's hot springs coming out all along it. There's a big one over there, got the waterfall, and then there's a couple more a little further up there. And then the rocks on this side of the river, just all along the edge, are just kind of weeping as well, and just hot water pouring out. And it actually comes down here. There's a little pool right next to me that I could, in theory, get into, but the temperature of this one's kind of like, it's like bath water. So not quite warm enough for me to want to get into when it's, I don't know, like 40 degrees out here. To get to the ones over there, we're gonna have to cross the river. You used to be able to drive across, and there's a road that goes up the other side of the cliff over there that's really sketchy, but they closed the water crossing probably like a couple of years ago, year and a half, 2 years ago. But you can still obviously walk across it, you just can't drive. It just means we have to go through the super cold river to get to the hot spring.
Well, we decided to go for it, and this river crossing, it's nice and warm when you first get in, where the little hot spring pours into it, but it is incredibly cold when you get out, like, I don't know, 4 feet. Like, I'm starting to lose feeling in my legs right now. I'm most of the way across, thankfully, but I might regret this on the way back later.
It was warm, then it was cold, then it was frigid, then it was numb, then it was painful. In that order.
I drove this road when it was open, and I tell you what, coming up this little section in the tundra, we got rocks on one side and then just a sheer drop down to the river below on the other side. It doesn't feel good. I wouldn't have driven this even if it was open.
This is it? Well, maybe you just
jump in.
I'm not sure I would climb down this way.
There might be a way down this way too. I guess you go wherever the temperature suits you best. Oh man. Oh, I should have brought something a little more substantial than flip-flops.
I mean, it's warm.
Well, this is really cool. It's not the hottest hot tub or hot spring that I've been in. It is just like warm bath water still, but it is really neat. Like just really deep pools, and it's so cool that you're just in the rocks in this waterfall. It's I've never done anything quite like this. It's awesome. It does look like there's another way up here. I thought I saw a rope or something hanging down from down below. So yeah, if you want to come up the even sketchier way, looks like you can climb up the side of the waterfall to get up here. And this is like the perfect use case for something like the Devos Light Ranger. That's one of my favorite camping things, and it's perfect for something like this. And they're actually sponsoring this video not because of their lights, but because they have a new product that's out, one that's just as useful, if not maybe even more. So I'll tell you about that back at camp.
With it cooling off, it was time to head back. Something I was not looking forward to. This might have been a mistake. This is so cold.
We're getting to the warmer part.
Here it comes.
Yeah. I see the steam rising off it. No, I still can't feel like anything below my thighs is completely numb. That was so cold. Well, we made it back, and really it wasn't too bad. The hike coming from, oh, you can see the waterfall behind me, coming from down there, and I've had the heater going in the back of the truck. I set it to 72 degrees in there, so it's probably nice and toasty. Will's gonna get in and get changed first, and then I'm gonna get in a few minutes, and I'm gonna go to bed. So I will see you in the morning.
That night was the peak of the Geminids meteor shower, the best of the year, with well over 100 meteors per hour. I lay awake with the window open, watching the celestial fireworks display through the cold night air.
When I was leaving for this trip, my 3-year-old son was begging to come with me, and I just didn't think that a winter trip was a great place to bring a 3-year-old. But what I have been doing is FaceTiming him every single day, and I've been using Starlink, my little Starlink mini dish, so I can stay connected and so I can call him. And one of the ways that I'm powering it is with this. This is the Devos Outdoor Ampeg 145. This is a new product that they've just come out with. It's designed to go with Starlink Mini, like that, plugs into the back and powers this, and has a stand built into the back of it, so I can set this up anywhere with no cables and no fuss. Not only is it super quick and easy to set up, it also leaves your Starlink Mini portable, which is one of the really nice things about the Starlink Mini. It means, let's say I'm camped out under a bunch of trees, I can go set this out in a clearing and still get a view of the sky, so I can get my connectivity. If I'm driving along and I need the internet for something, I plug this in, I can set it up on the dash, I can use it through the windshield of the vehicle, or if you've got multiple vehicles or you're going to multiple places, you can take it with you. Typically lasts between 6 to 9 hours with my regular use. If you're using it heavily, then it might last a little bit less time, but you can always plug it in and fast charge it. Or if you get the optional bundle, you get a carrying case that stores your Starlink mini dish, the battery, and comes with a 45-watt solar panel that you can plug into it to keep it topped off during the day. If this is something you're interested in, you can go to the QR code that I've had up on the screen. You can go to the link in the description, or you can go to devosoutdoor.com. And if you use the code STAR15, that's STAR15, you'll get a little discount. According to Will, this area has a really interesting history. He actually left not long ago to see if he could find an old cannon that was apparently abandoned in one of the rivers here, because lots of battles were held here. It's an important route through the hills. And actually noticed last night when we were walking out to the hot springs, there's the remains of a road and what was once a pretty significant bridge going across the flowing water there coming out of the hot springs. So it's really interesting, and now that I'm packed up, I'm going to drive over to Will and see if he's found anything.
It had been an icy morning with temperatures around 20 degrees when I woke up and frost from the steam sitting on all of the cold surfaces. With the sun out, it had rapidly warmed up, so much so that the hot springs were no longer steaming as I drove out.
Alright, I know Will's down here somewhere because his truck's parked at the top, but I don't actually know where. Oh, there he is. He's way down the river. This, I remember how cold this water was from last night. I don't know how he's out there wading in it. I mean, he has waders on. It must be chilly, even with waders. Let's see if he's found anything.
I found a clam.
A metal clam? Anything metal?
Well, it was setting off the metal detector, which was weird. Yeah, the thing is that this river is just covered in, river grime. All the rocks are covered in like a significant amount of sludge and slime. So it's kind of hard to tell what's what. It's possible that there's something in here that just looks like an old rock that's covered in all this grime. But so far, nothing's really setting off the metal detector. And to go rock by rock, I think would take me months. So what I'm gonna do is fly the drone over and just, the water's so clear, I'm just gonna look for a while to see if there's any kind of unusual looking rocks to try to pinpoint my search.
So he hasn't found anything significant yet, but
just as I was leaving, things started whooping a whole bunch. But I'm gonna go now because I want to head out to another really cool spot out here, and he wants to find the cannon. If you see what he finds, or if you want to see what he finds, go check out his channel.
To get out of the Three Forks area, I had to do a little bit of backtracking to get up the cliff, but now that I'm at the top, I've taken a left and I'm following the edge of the canyon west from here, and it's a really cool view. The spot that I'm heading to is the Alvord Desert Playa, which is a really cool spot to visit, drive on, and even camp at. And it sits at the foot of the beautiful Steens Mountains, which have just come into view ahead of me. Looks like there is snow up the top. You can actually drive to the top of those mountains, but I'd imagine the road's probably either closed or impossible right now because of all the snow.
Eventually, I reached the edge of the Alvord Desert Playa. This is such a neat area, and one thing that struck me when I stopped to camp is just how silent it is out there. Welcome to the Alvord Desert Playa. I thought this would be a really cool place to camp, and it is. I've never camped anywhere quite like it. It's completely flat for miles around, and I can actually hear coyotes yapping off in the distance over that way. I do have hot springs around here too, so if I wanted to, there's some over the far side there. I passed some on the way in, so I could go visit those too. But for now, I'm going to set up in camp, and unfortunately tomorrow I've got to start heading back home, so this is the end of the video. Of course, I got to give a massive thanks to Devos Outdoor for making this video possible. You know, I love their lights. I've been using them for ages, but it's cool they're branching out and introducing some new products like the Starlink Mini battery pack, the Amp Pack 145. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check that out. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, give it a like, give it an interaction. Helps me make more like it. Thanks for watching.